Hello everyone, we are going to start our first real unit of notes today. You should have already downloaded the note student packet that you can fill in as we go along. You can stop and start these videos, you can go backwards, forward. Make sure you get those notes filled in because that's going to be your study tool for the test to come. We will not do the entire set of notes at one time. We chunk it up that way that you can have a piece of it, focus on it, do some reinforcement, then the next day or 2 days later we hit another chunk. So we are going to get started with that right now. Alright, so our first unit this year is biochemistry. Alright, so we have basically two sciences in one. Bio, life, right? Chemistry, talking about chemical substances. Okay, so we have bio, that's the first part, and chem. So these are our four different types of biomolecules, and that's what we're going to look at today, the four different groups. Doesn't necessarily mean that everything in this group looks exactly like this. This is probably kind of like, oh my God, what is that to you? But, you get along to chemistry, this is going to make a lot more sense. All right. So, organic molecules. Organic molecules are anything that has carbon. All right? So, organ has carbon in it. They have carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, nucleic acids. You probably heard all these words before, somewhere, somehow, maybe from foods and different things like that. But we're going to go a little in depth into each one and see exactly what they are. So carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are our power source, basically. Okay? They are our energy source. These are quick energy. Quick means that your body metabolizes them really fast. You get that short burst of energy, and then it's gone. Okay? Sugar is a great example of this. You think about a candy bar. You eat that whole candy bar, you're going to get that sugar high. That's where that comes from, that sugar high. But when your body uses all that up, it's gone. It's not there anymore. You can't get it back. All right, these are quick bursts of energy compounds. All right. Some are found inside of cells. Okay, so example, cellulose. Anything ending in OSE is a sugar. Cellulose is found in plants. It's part of their cell wall. All right, plants have sugar in them. It's kind of hard to think about. I'm eating a salad, but I'm getting sugar. But you are, because plants do have sugar in them. So I'll move on to our next slide here. All right, so we're looking. Next is lipids. All right, lipids are also a form of energy, all right, but they're not that quick, fast energy. All right, so lipids are a long-term energy source, which means they get stored in your body. Main one that most of us know, we try not to have too much of this, is fat. All right? Fat is a lipid. Your body, if you didn't eat, your body could live off your fat for a period of time, depending on how much fat you have, depending on how long you could live, because your body can break that down and use it for energy. All right? We also see this in cell membranes. So we have this fat layer, and we'll get more into this when we talk about cells here coming up shortly. All right? We have this lipid layer in here. So all these little squiggly lines right here, they are all fats. All right? Every one of your cells has this fat around the outside of it. So where we can find these things? Fatty meats and fishes, cheese, butter, avocado. Who would have thought that an avocado contains fat? It does. Nuts and seeds, and of course we got our lovely chocolate. All right. Wish we could have that all the time. But those are lipids. Next one we're going to look at is proteins. All right. Protein, you know where that comes from. It comes from meat. We get protein in meat. We get protein in beans, eggs, different things like that. All right. What they're used for is pretty specific. This is a big one, to build tissue. You don't have protein, you can't grow. You can't grow up, you can't get bigger, stronger. All right, you got to have those proteins. Fight disease. Man, that's something that's pretty prevalent right now, that we've dealt with for the last 5 months. Proteins in your diet help build antibodies. Antibodies fight off diseases. Okay? And controls the rates of reactions. We call these enzymes. Sure, you've heard that word before. We're going to go more in depth into that later on this week. But those are considered proteins. So anytime you see the word enzyme, it is a protein. Okay? Our final one are nucleic acids. Put it plain and simple, RNA and DNA. All right, so we have DNA. Everybody should know what DNA is. It's what makes you, you. All right, this is your genetic information. This is your blueprint to build a copy of you. Are any two houses exactly the same? No, there's going to be something different in them. Are any two people exactly the same? No, even twins. Twins are not exactly the same. You can go into their DNA and you can find differences. They're going to be minor and very slight, but everybody has a unique set of DNA. RNA, ribonucleic acid, this is used to build proteins. Do we need those proteins? Yeah, we just talked about that in the last slide. Got to have them. There's several different things we need them for. All right. Those are our four different biomolecules that we see in everyday life. That in all living things, we have these. All right. Make sure, if you need to, go back through these slides, fill in your notes, have that to study, and then go ahead now and go on to, back into Canvas, look at the modules, and complete your assignment for today. If you have any questions, you can email me. I will have conference time set up. Check my homepage on Canvas. It'll tell you the conference time if you want to join in at that time and ask questions. It's free. It's open to all of my students to ask questions. All right. So for today, that's it. See you back here next time.